Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another first impressions video. Wonderful. That is right, friends. I am back once again with another first impressions video. And this time, we are starting on a new house. And it has kind of come out of left field for me. This house has had some... Do I want to say had some hype? It's had some attention on YouTube before. And the house is called Neanderthal. I remember seeing a video that George the Fragrance Apprentice did along with Chris from Fragmental. They did quite one of George's kind of cinematic pieces. No such luck for you here though, unfortunately. This will be me talking about the perfumes and nothing else, as you have come to expect. There are 4 fragrances in this sample set, which I think is presented rather laid, stripped back and quite neatly. I like this presentation, actually. And inside here, there are the 4 samples. We have Us, Them, Dark and Light. So, I know nothing about this house, right? I don't know what the samples look like. Usually I get them out before I start, but obviously I'm not with it today. We're going to do all 4, you know? We're going to do all 4. Let's see what it says about the house. Neanderthal is a conceptual perfume that transcends time and space. That's quite the lofty ambition you have there. The 2 unisex fragrances are the speculative embodiment of the now extinct human, Neanderthal, beings that live on within our DNA. Neanderthal Dark and Neanderthal Light offer a sophisticated and complex mixture of scents with materials natural to their environments. The perfume contains fresher tones, blended with innovative aromatic materials, distillates, and natural isolates, compounding into a mixture of olfactory palettes wearable by today's modern humans. I'm glad modern humans can wear them, although I've been called a Neanderthal before, so I think I'm safe either way. Apparently there are 5 fragrances and 1 has been discontinued, which is sad. You don't like to see a perfume get discontinued, but who knows. So what we have here is Light, Dark, Us and Them. And I will start with Light. Let's see what we have here. Light, Neanderthal Light. Where are my test strips? So, Neanderthal Light, they've got good bottles. They're like a stone. Like stone tools that were found in caves and stuff like that and left behind sort of things, you know. They're quite a cool bottle, so I quite like that. It was launched in 2018, was Neanderthal Light. It was made by Chris Maurice, who goes by about 5 different names, I believe. Because I don't think he felt he was getting the attention or credit he deserved, because his name wasn't... I think he was called Chris Carbonell for a while, wasn't he? But I think Chris Maurice might have been the first name he went by. Just make your name famous, you know? I always find it quite strange that, you know, like wrestlers and stuff come up with like a name, unless it's like something like The Undertaker, but if I was like a wrestler, I'd want to make my own name famous. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Anyway, if you're good enough, your name will do. Neanderthal Light is in stark contrast to Neanderthal Dark. What fucking would be, wouldn't it? A journey which explores concepts of olfactory dissonance, radiant and expensive Neanderthal Light expansive Neanderthal light concentrates on the present, and as such possesses a linear and harmonious structure. Hinoki oil is expanded with muted green notes, creating a horizontal landscape, an olfactory still life representation of nature. You're talking a lot of bollocks here. Oh, your fucking sample spray is shit as fuck. It's gone all over me. It's literally like, it's gone everywhere but forwards. I think some of it's even gone backwards. Anyway, with muted green notes creating a horizontal landscape, an olfactory still life representation of nature, the binding quality of Orris gives Neanderthal light rigidity from form and cohesiveness within the structure. This binding quality produces a powerful resulting force encapsulating time and space around us. Leather and ambergris, it won't be ambergris, add an unparalleled natural beauty and familiarity, displaying both power and magnetism. A contemporary portrait of the Neanderthal's mystery, this fragrance captures a suspended snapshot in time. Each bottle is handmade by the artist Kentaro Yamada. Well, fair play to Kentaro Yamada, but fuck me, what a lot of shit they talk. Let's see what the notes are, shall we? Hinoki wood, violet leaf, galbanum, coriander, metallic Orris root, there is big metal in this as well. Ambergris, leather, musk, patchouli and cedar. So I get the metallic aspect, absolutely I do. It's got this kind of stony, flinty, but it's got metal. It has got that metallic aspect, absolutely it does. I'm not sure I can be bothered to read another one of those. Fuck, I need to hydrate now. Hold on. Oof. I don't know what Hinoki wood is. It's a type of cypress, apparently. Green and lemon. I see. Yeah, it's got an elemi sort of vibe going on. I wouldn't be surprised if there was an elemi like resin used in here. Galbanum I get. Elemi more than Hinoki wood, but I'm not that familiar with Hinoki wood. Ambrox type thing, but not in like a blue way. Green, very green. The metal's not so off-putting, you know. I can't imagine myself wearing this simply because it's got that tangy metal vibe, you know. I'm feeling the tang. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's well done. I'll give it that. It's not shit. I can't remember when I got these. I've had these for a while, I must admit. Getting bits of the violet leaf. The violet leaf and the orris root are giving this almost purple. It's almost purple vibe. I can't explain that. It makes no sense. I'm getting purpleness. It's quite fresh actually. Sorry for coughing. I like the smell of that. I like that actually. It's quite nice. The Hinoki wood is giving me elemi vibes, and I'm a big fan of elemi, I must admit. So I like that kind of woody, that woody resinous. Maybe the orris root is tricking me into thinking it's resinous, into thinking it's resinous, yeah. But it's got like that woody lemon, zesty, excuse me, that kind of thing. Okay. So, we will go next. Dark, I believe this one is. Dark by Neanderthal. Released in 2018. The notes are tomato leaf, incense, seaweed, grapefruit, pink pepper, caraway, geranium, pine and ginger at the top. Oh no, sorry. I've done that completely wrong. The top notes are tomato leaf, grapefruit, pine, ginger and pink pepper. The mid notes are incense, seaweed, geranium and caraway. And the base notes are patchouli, oud, amber, leather, musk, sandalwood, tobacco, labdanum and vetiver. Okay, so tomato leaf, I'm interested. Tomato leaf's very interesting, I'll give it that. Oh, Neanderthal, your sprayers on these samples are shite. Oh, fuck me, are they shit. Okay, let's have a look. It smells like a very modern perfume. It's got a little bit, I'll tell you what it's got a little bit of, Ganymede. It reminds me of Ganymede for some reason, I don't know what that is. In fact, now I think about it, so does Light because of the metallic vibe. The tomato leaf in this gives it an almost metallic vibe as well, but it's very light compared. Like, you know, tomato leaf's got that really verdant green kind of iron kind of thing, you know. Leather, I'm getting a lot of leather here. It smells like a Corner fragrance as well. Does it smell a little bit like Corner Queers? Seaweed, I'm getting some green from like the tomato leaf and the pine, and it's a little bit of saltiness from the seaweed. You can get that from incense, I find as well. Like some incenses are a little bit salty. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Again, I'm not sure I could see myself wearing this, but it is interesting. Excuse me. It's fresh. It's nice. It has got a little bit of what about Adam about it as well. Like a designer tomato leaf kind of thing. I know Neanderthal's not a designer house, it's a niche house, but it's got that kind of... But it's a lot deeper, it's a lot richer, it's a lot fuller with the leather. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Seaweed, I'm getting a lot of that seaweed note. I don't know if that's just like the power of suggestion. Like I know it's there and I'm like, whoa, seaweed. But I'm getting like this salty greenness. And I think the incense is doing a lot as well. It's a bloody interesting fragrance, this. It's not something I think I would buy. But I would try it on skin to see if it did anything. It's got this freshness, but a darkness as well. You know, it smells very modern. Again, it smells very Biche-like. You know, Quentin Biche having a big influence, it seems like. Or whoever's influenced him, but it's got that. I don't know if it's Akigala wood that's in it, or as my Mickers used to call it, Akigala wood. He had a fucking rare talent for pronunciation, did Dan. Akigala wood. I think I prefer Akigala wood, like Akigala wood. Okay, we'll move on. not a bad start, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I'm impressed with the modernity of them. You know, they smell like proper modern niche fragrances. Where are we? Them. Okay. This was released in 2020. Oh, this has got a bit of a write-up as well. It's by Ewan McCall, this one, not Chris Maurice. Together, Neanderthal Us and Them form a visual and conceptual pair that elicits a thought-provoking olfactory experience which speaks to our ancestral sense of belonging, but that also addresses the tension created by one of mankind's oldest and simplest understandings of identity. An ageless notion in a constant state of flux that we engage with every day. It is an issue that carries as much weight today as it has throughout human history. Yet Neanderthal Them echoes a message from a time we have not yet experienced. It is a portrait of an optimistic future full of technological advances, hinting at an improved human life and the progress of generations to come. Unconventional molecular materials, transparent woods, and fresh floral top notes combine seamlessly with natural essences of ambergris and sea kelp to create a clean and captivating fragrance that ignites our optimistic imagination in this era of uncertainty. Ewan McCall, you're up. Top notes: carrot seeds, I beg your pardon, lavender, seaweed again, orris again. Middle notes: hinoki wood again, neroli, magnolia. Base notes: ambergris again, styrax, sandalwood, ambrette and musk. Ambrette and musk. Well, let's see what your game is. I've literally got no time for the sprayers on these samples. Despicable fucking performance. Go everywhere but forwards. That's not even funny. I pay for these samples. Let's see what you've got to say for yourself. Ooh. Ooh. It's got a clean iris, like a medicinal iris. It reminds me a bit of Iris Sandra. It's like paper. You know, like fresh white copy paper. You get like blocks of it that go into the printers. It's got that. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. That bottle's finished. A little bit of lavender. It's all about that orris root, iris, whatever you want to call it. It's not a floral thing. It's like a concrete. Excuse me. You can hear the amount of hydration I surround myself with. Oh. I've got to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not getting anything but the iris. It's an iris bomb. An orris root bomb, I should say. Like that concretey, kind of flat, hairy Iris Sandra kind of iris. It's got this kind of old building, dusty, papery, I'm getting some of the lavender now, but it's very, 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 very iris, like orris. Musky. Whew. crazy shit. I'm not getting like ambergris per se. I'm getting something like expansive from it now. So like some kind of silent Ambrox type thing that's like giving it like lift, like an ISOE super type thing. But definitely not ISOE super. I don't get any kind of woodiness from this. It smells like old books. It smells like an old building full of books. Well, oh, fuck me, they've got a name and I can't remember what it is. And people are screaming it at the fucking video now. What is it? Fuck it, I'll come back to it. I'll remember in a minute. An old building filled with fucking books. You know what they are? There's one in every town. Don't laugh. But a fucking library. A library. Jesus Christ. How bizarre. My head's going. Anyway, we come to the last one. The bottle for this is outrageous as well. They do some outrageous bottles. I mean, it's not going to be a freestanding thing, though. You'd have to lie it down. This was also made by a man called Ewan McCall. Not Stuart McCall. Sorry, Ewan McCall. Sorry, Stuart McCall as well. Now, these sprayers are foul on these samples. They're fucking absolute crime. Released in 2020, Neanderthal Us explores human history through universal olfactory profiles that exist across many cultures. Us invites self-reflection. What makes us who we are? What cultural patterns did we create for ourselves over the course of history? Neanderthal Us is a universal celebration of life, a distillation of our collective journey to what we know now as modern human. A familiar yet contemporary fragrance, Neanderthal Us contains spices, greens, and fruits foraged from natural environments used throughout history for ceremonies, remedies, culinary purposes, and perfumery. Deeper, smokier tones such as vetiver, sandalwood, oud, and musk create a well-rooted familiarity and sense of security, whilst a citric and green woody profile creates energy within the formula. Oof, I'm getting a lot of fucking pepper. And something a bit minty. Where are the notes? Speak. Right. Top notes. Orange. Eucalyptus. Definitely eucalyptus. Elemi. Definitely elemi. Pepper. Definitely pepper. Bergamot. Middle notes. Geranium. Incense. Cardamom and rose. Incense. Yes. Base notes. Cade oil. Oud or agar wood. Vetiver. Cypriol oil. Oh no. Myrrh, oh yes. Labdanum, moss, hyrax, sandalwood and musk. Oof. Elemi, definitely. Eucalyptus, definitely. I'm getting that kind of minty. You can get that from myrrh as well, to be fair, and vetiver. You get like a green minty. This is blended fantastically considering everything that he's had to do there. And he's used some big heavy hitters like cade oil and elemi, incense, vetiver. They're all heavy hitters. Those synthetic ouds as well. They're fucking massive. It's fresh, but it's dark. It's minty. It's very interesting. It's a proper modern niche perfume, this. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way. Because sometimes that can be a bad thing. A modern niche perfume can be a very bad thing. Not bad though. I don't hate these at all. I wish more brands were like this, to be honest with you. It's got touches of, it's the eucalyptus, clearly. It's got touches of body chorus about it. But then it's completely different with like incense and elemi and black pepper. The elemi is quite potent in this, as elemi is wont to do. It will take over if you let it. I'm getting a bit of the cypriol oil, a bit of the myrrh as well. and the vetiver. Hell of a lot going on in this. I'll try this on skin. Looks like we're coming back for another video, friends. I'm loving LME at the minute, I must admit. So maybe I'm being... And LME and eucalyptus just seems like a no-brainer now that I've seen it. You know, when you never think of something and then somebody does it and you're like, oh, God, obviously. Do you know what I mean? With vetiver as well. The vetiver in this is like an absolute star. Oh, that's really nice, that. Dear me. Dear me, careful. That's going on skin. Okay. Let's go back over the fragrances. And we'll see what I think. Try and keep this video under half an hour if I possibly can. Anyway. First one is Light. That's actually become quite pleasant. It's still got that metallic note, but it's not so metallic that it's not like violent, like metallic. Like some metallic notes just seem to just like encase you, you know. I like that, it's nice, but it's not something I'm going to wear. It's not something I'm going to... It's too... It's got that kind of, that metal wood thing that like Ganymede and Marc-Antoine Barrois seems to have cornered the market on, you know. Next is Dark. It's a little bit... I don't like that as much anymore. The tomato leaf's sort of gone off a bit. It's not as verdant. It's calmed right down. It's still got that bluey green thing going on. Seaweed. Seaweed's a big player in this. The leather's quite staunch as well. Less of the elemi, but like the creamy aspect from the elemi's still there as well. That's alright. It's alright. Next up we have, I believe this is Them? Yes. Some kind of iris paper. It's a little bit bland. It's like an iris soliflor. Get a bit of the magnolia as well. It feels like everything in this fragrance is geared up to pushing the orris root. You know? Excuse me. It's not that deep. There's not very much else going on there. I'll try it on skin though. And the last one is Us. This is like a dark, woody, like when you first like put a log on the fire, it's got this kind of burning sap resin elemi thing going on. Elemi in this is huge. The eucalyptus has calmed down quite a lot as well. I do get a lot of the pepper. But the creaminess of the elemi is very... It's striking. When you know what it smells like, you can't get away from it, you know? Smoky, fresh, incensey, balsamic, that kind of job. Very nice, that one. Okay, so I'm going to try the last two on skin. I think is it Us and Them? Yes. I'll try Us and Them on skin. The other two, I'm not really bothered. The sample sprays of these are fucking... The sprays are shit. It's leaking everywhere. I'm enraged. Behave. Anyway, that concludes my first impressions on the House of Neanderthal. I hope you have all enjoyed this video if you've watched to the end. I imagine most won't, but anyway, thanks very much for watching, everyone. See you later.